Hi there, my name's Chris. Thanks for joining me this week. We're starting a really big project that I've been putting off for about 2 years, and that's putting shakes on the front of my house. A couple of years ago, I had a cedar tree in the front yard leaning precariously towards the house. In particular, it was leaning towards my son's bedroom. It had been badly trimmed by the city to accommodate overhead wires, and eventually it needed to be brought down. So with permit in hand, I hired a local company to bring it down and leave the bucked up grounds. Being on a tight budget, I'd been looking for different options for finishing the front of my house for a couple of years. They all involved a lot of money, either in just buying the materials and doing it myself or hiring someone else to come in and do the work for me. However, when I saw that wood laying all over my front yard, I thought, this is it. I'm sure you've heard of the 100-mile concept, and I was thrilled, thrilled, to embrace 0 mile for this project. With the help of friends, the large rounds were split up into large chunks, and over the next few months, the chunks were again split into smaller shake-sized pieces. So here's my Ryobi table saw. It's simple and easy to use. I especially like that it's so light. I can lift it and store it on the hooks in my shed when it's not being used. To set up my workspace, I'm using an old Black & Decker Workmate. Here comes my table saw. Mount that on with a pair of clamps so it's nice and sturdy. Speaking of safety, I am not an expert, far from it. I'm just a hobbyist working on projects around the house. Please take a few minutes to look into what safety equipment you use. Your personal protective equipment is there for a purpose. Your equipment is not going to care whether or not it cuts you or chops off a finger. Please make sure you have your personal protection equipment on, that you're wearing it. It's not going to do you any good hanging out on the shelf. Time to unravel the cord and get the saw plugged in, and we are ready to go. I'm just going to gather some wood. Here we are at the pile that's already been split into shake-sized pieces. Loading up our box. Let's take that over to the saw now and get ready to go. Hi there, here we go, just getting started. Please note that I have my ball cap on to shield my eyes and my safety glasses from debris that gets launched into the air. I'm also wearing industrial headphones so that the sound doesn't damage my hearing. I'm also using pushing sticks to keep my fingers and hands well away from the saw blade. Additionally, I turn the saw off after each pass so that I can keep the deck nice and clear. Also, my sleeves are pushed up. There's no dangling cords from my sweater that are going to get caught in the saw, and my hair is pulled up in a ponytail. So obviously, this isn't the exciting part of the project. The repetitive adjusting of the fence, the pushing the shakes through the table saw over and over and over again. I've got a giant pile at the front of the house, so lots of material to work with. The exciting part for me is that this is one step closer to covering up that tieback that's been on the front of the house for a few years. Can't wait to get that covered up. Be fantastic. I'm looking forward to the end result, and if this is what it takes to get there, so be it. At last, it's time for a cup of tea. Let's go make one together. For this video, I am grateful to be using the free version of the InShot app for editing. It's becoming more and more easy to use. This is my second video that I've used it for, and I'm very pleased. It's very intuitive. I'm also using for the first time a wireless lavalier microphone, which is lovely. It's super easy to use. I just plug the receiver into my phone and turn the microphone on, and that's it for install. It's made by IUMA KEVP. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'll put a link in the notes below if you want to see some details about that. And regarding the shakes, in future episodes we'll be squaring up the bottoms and we'll be preparing the exterior wall for hanging the shakes or installing them. The Tyvek has been on the front of the house for so long, so I'm going to replace that, put up some fresh Tyvek. I don't want to trap all the looks like algae and moss under the shakes. We'll start out fresh there, and it'll be such a pleasure to finally get them up and complete this large project. So here we go, one step at a time. Please join me next week where I'll be making a delicious soup from ingredients that were given to me. I love being able to feed my family with food that would otherwise have been wasted, making the most of what's given to us, minimizing our family's impact. It's a total win-win. I'm so happy to be keeping these ingredients from the landfill. They're a bit unusual for soup. I'll tell you about it then. But I am excited to share the process with you, and I look forward to seeing you then. Hi there. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, take care, and bye for now.